Hi guys, today's video is not about the Diamond Shield, but about the topic of nutritional supplements. Because if you've been on this channel for a while, then you've probably already noticed that I recommend a product from time to time. In addition, you will find in the associated Diamond Shield literature also recommendations for nutritional supplements, which make sense to take from a therapist's point of view and also many years of experience. And they are mostly from the company Manayan. Of course, you are free to use them as recommended or not, and of course you are not bound to a certain producer. Since I also use some products of this company and therefore know that the costs cannot necessarily be called favorable, I took a closer look at why this is so and whether the prices are justified. There is really a vast market of nutritional supplements, and you can also get the whole thing in the drugstore next door for much less money. Everyone calls his products the best, bioavailable, highly dosed, and whatever else, and if it goes according to the opinion of relevantly financed institutions, all this is not necessary anyway, even harmful. Therefore, as a consumer, it is a huge challenge to find the right ones for yourself or not. Whether you consider nutritional supplements to be useful or exaggerated, that is entirely up to you. That should not be our topic today. And if you are not interested in the whole thing anyway, then you can stop this video now. But with the products of the company Manayan, I'll try to bring a little light into the darkness. How are they actually produced, and is there really a difference to the product from the drugstore? In advance, perhaps very briefly, the products are classified into two categories. On the one hand, the own labels, and then there is the Manayan Plus series, which also makes up most of the products. And this Plus series I find quite interesting because, according to the manufacturer, this product line is produced by very special standards. For one thing, the ingredients are harvested in accordance with anthroposophical principles at certain phases of the moon, and the basic matrix is also made with energized water. Furthermore, Manayan Plus products can also be classified as whole food or as Foodstate status. Now, what does that mean? Whole food supplements are products that are made from natural and unprocessed foods and thus do not contain artificial ingredients, isolated nutrients, or chemical additives. This type of supplement attempts to provide nutrients in their natural form and composition, just as they are found in food. For example, in Manayan Plus vitamins, the beta-carotene is in the carrot concentrate, the vitamin C is in the citrus pulp, and vitamin E is in the vegetable oil. Foodstate supplements, on the other hand, are similar to whole food products, but here the nutrients are presented in a way that allows the body to absorb and use them more easily. In this case, the nutrients are bound to natural carriers such as yeast or plants, because this makes them easier for the body to recognize and absorb. This concerns the Manayan Plus minerals and trace elements. These are enriched in a yeast-based nutrient complex, which in turn represents a consistent product with proteins, carbohydrates, and fats, and the body can use it like natural whole foods. The bioavailability thus increases 200 to 600 times to that of conventional manufactured products, which in turn is profitable not only for the body but also for the wallet. Because what determines bioavailability in the first place? On the one hand, how well the nutrient is absorbed in the intestine, whether its carriers are available in the blood, and whether it reaches the cell in its active form. Synthetic vitamins, but also isolated vitamins of natural origin, are precisely not integrated into the naturally occurring components such as carbohydrates, proteins, and fats, and are therefore dependent on the availability of these transport substances in our body. These cofactors are necessary for the absorption of nutrients from the intestine and their transport through cell membranes. In many cases, however, these substances are not sufficiently present, reducing the effectiveness of vitamins. When trying to overcome the deficiency, vitamins and minerals are often prescribed in too high dosage without achieving the desired effect, and the bottom line is that more money is spent on them. What this also makes unnecessary is taking the products during the meals. This is often the case with conventionally produced food supplements, which should be combined with a meal, for example, because fat is needed for absorption. With Manayam Plus products, the active ingredients are well digestible due to the food components they contain, and they already have the specific cofactors for absorption. With the minerals, there is also a special feature, for these exist in two forms, the inorganic and the organic. Inorganic minerals are mostly unsuitable for human tissue, whereas minerals in the organic form can be easily absorbed and utilized. In nature, plants absorb the inorganic minerals from the soil and convert them into organic minerals. In turn, by eating the plants, the organic mineral becomes available to humans, and Manayam Plus minerals are made using exactly this model. Yeast cells are enriched with the special mineral in a nutrient matrix. The yeast cells convert it into its organic form, thus the mineral is incorporated into the necessary transport molecules when it enters the human body. Now, of course, there are people among us who suffer from yeast allergies, so the question is, can I take these products at all? According to the manufacturer, there are generally no active yeast cells left in the Manayam Plus products that could trigger an allergy. Basically, most allergens are proteins or chain molecules, and for one thing, after enrichment with nutrients, the yeast cells are enzymatically dissolved and the protein molecules are broken down into amino acids. From this moment on, there are no potentially allergic chain molecules from yeast. There are very few products in which yeast is contained. This is then, of course, labeled. This means that Manayam Plus products are also safe for people who are allergic to fungi or sensitive to Candida, which is particularly important during Candida treatment. This is already a lot of information, but what I still find important and also very interesting is the manufacturing process, because many so-called harmless excipients used in the products of pills can affect the absorption capacity of the active ingredients or cause side effects and allergies. Manayam Plus products are therefore provided only with the absolutely necessary excipients, which are also all of natural origin. Another quality factor in the manufacturing process is the processing pressure during tablet pressing. Too much pressure causes heat and damages the active ingredients. In addition, the dissolution of the tablet in the intestine is reduced and the absorption rate decreases. Controlled cooling phases of the punch heads and controlled compression pressure are therefore part of the standards. The Manayam Plus product guarantee says that all capsule shells are made of cellulose and are therefore suitable for vegetarians and vegans. Likewise, most of the products are suitable for allergy and Candida-sensitive people. They are free of wheat, gluten, starch, dairy products, sugar, dyes, artificial flavors, preservatives, and active yeast. There are very few exceptions, for example, Manayam Gluco Plus and Manayam Multimineral Plus, and of course, no genetically modified material is processed. On the subject of excipients, I found the following. Yes, in the production of tablets and capsules, excipients are needed to absorb the active substances and release them in time in the intestine. Release agents, thickeners, and coatings are needed to keep the tablets in shape and prevent them from sticking together. And very small amounts of antioxidants and acidifiers are used to keep the sensitive micronutrients effective until the state expiration date. In selecting the necessary excipients, the manufacturer has taken special care to ensure that they are harmless to health and have no allergenic properties, and only substances of natural origin are used. That was quite a lot of information. As mentioned at the beginning, I also use some products from Manayan, but not exclusively. I found that quite interesting to dive deeper to understand what makes the difference. Thus, the price explains itself to me, and I think the quality is not to be compared with a vitamin complex from the drugstore. But of course, there are other manufacturers who offer this type of high-quality products, so everyone has to find a right way for themselves. Maybe you want to write me in the comments according to which criteria you select your products, and write me also whether you are interested in such topics away from the zapper at all or not. In the info box, you will find interesting information about Diamond Shield and 2 affiliate links where you can save 5%. Otherwise, I wish you all the best and see you next time.